All right, so we got to talk about Stamp versus Angela Lee. You know, this is going to be the fight to unify the belts now. So Lee is the champion, Stamp is the tournament champion. And, Lee is a ground fighter, I would say, primarily. Was a very good high school wrestler in Hawaii and is probably more advanced than Stamp on the ground, at least because of the time she's put in and the experience she has. But also, like I said before, going into the Rita Fogat fight, I think Stamp's ground skills really underrated, and you saw that when she submitted Rita. So it would be really interesting to see if Lee could, one, take her down, because Rita Fogat had a hard time doing it, and two, how much advancement could she get on the ground? Could Lee pass guard, and take advantage of situations against Stamp? Or would Stamp be able to hold her own on the ground? Because I think she's coming along pretty fast, and the Lloyd Irvin guys, DJ Jackson was one of those. They all progressed in jiu-jitsu very fast, and I think Stamp is doing that. So it would be really interesting to see who could get the upper hand on who, or what would happen on the ground when this fight does happen. Now, standing up, it's pretty clear that Stamp has a huge advantage there. Even in a fight, all it takes is one shot, but as an overall striker, there would be a pretty wide gap between Stamp and Lee. So I would expect this to be a ground fight, but I don't know who would get the upper hand on the other, or what would materialize there. I would be shocked if Stamp submitted Lee. I wouldn't be shocked necessarily if Lee submitted Stamp either. But I think it's going to be a really interesting fight, and similar to Fogat versus Stamp. I thought that'd be a ground fight, with Fogat winning a decision or Stamp getting a submission at some point in the fight, and we saw that happen. So very interesting matchup, and I'm really interested to see what happens whenever it does take place.